Hi Pisces, welcome in to your video. Welcome in, welcome in. We're gonna go, oh look at this, wish fulfillment. Are you guys getting your wishes fulfilled or you're happy? Let's see what's going on. If not, maybe it's in the cards. Let's see what's going on for you. We're gonna do the second week of November, all right guys? Yeah, it's in advance. And this is good because by the time I get to the fourth week, I can do your monthly video. So with that said, what is this? Ew. Let's see what's going on for the second week of November here for Pisces, please. All right, the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords in reverse. So, yes, you are being emotionally mature. Perhaps because you're breaking up here with somebody. There was love. But this King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, they don't have to be an air sign. They're just somebody very, they don't scream the I love yous. They basically, they're always in your head. They're always rationalizing. It doesn't matter. That's the type of person. And it looks like a breakup, okay? Because they're inverted. Now, there is a little bit of fear of the unknown, fear of the future, where something is headed or going. Okay, but this is how we're starting off week 2. It looks like, Pisces, you're not messing around. I feel like you're done. What's coming in towards my Pisces? The Emperor, Aries energy, the Queen of Swords. This is you. All right. You are now rationalizing this person. Now you're doing what the other person does. You're in your head trying to, it's like, your head over your heart kind of thing. You're dismissing the heart right now. Now you're rationalizing. And you're using logic to deal with this person who could be a person of authority, could be your person, period, and they're just an Aries sign. Others of you, it could just very well talk about someone that, that takes the lead. But I see your blocks, obstacles, and issues with this individual may have melted away or left. So whatever obstacle you had between the two of you, it's now gone. All right. And this could be your boss, this could be a father or a father figure, a mentor. Just apply it wherever you think it belongs. Now, you're overthinking with this person. What is it that Pisces doesn't see coming their way, please? Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Empress. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. You're thinking of your worth and your value. You're saying to yourself, I'm no one's mistress or mister. I'm no one's third party. I am no one's flake. So I'm going to leave. All right? Even though you're very much attracted to somebody here. I think they're attracted to you too. But you're looking at your worth and your value with this Empress and you're saying, I want a family. I want to bring kids into this world. I want to bring a business into this world. I want a relationship in this world. Whatever it is that you want to bring in. You're like, I can't do it from this position, Queen of Wands. This is casual. This is like passion. This is chemistry. I love that, but that can't always be like that. That I need stability. So you decide to walk through the door and leave because you're regarding yourself. When you do that, what do you think is going to happen, Pisces? Bingo, success. They come back to vindicate you, validate you because you know your shit. You ain't taking shit. What's going on here in the advice position for Pisces, please? The only problem I see here in your advice is the Three of Swords. This is profound pain. I haven't seen it in the other positions. I'm seeing it here in the advice. So to me, it's telling me that a lot of the things that you're doing, choices that you're making, they're being operated via your pain. Okay. So when that happens, Spirit's like saying, maybe are you making the right judgment call because you're making it out of pain, or, what are you healing because you're dwelling on something? It could be either or. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that you need to heal. You need to take these daggers out of your heart. They're just sitting there. You got to take these little spikes out. Drop this burden. It was a burden. And you know what? If another person got involved in your shit, like a third party person, or there was a third angle, or there was Nosy Nelly, or the next door neighbor, or I don't know, Trisha sitting there and getting involved with your business, they took your problem away. They highlighted it and then they took it with them. And so wave goodbye to Felicia. Bye-bye, Felicia. And heal yourself. Because I see the burden dropping. All right, let's see what the outcome of the week is. What's the outcome of the week here for Pisces, please? Five of Swords. You have to make a judgment, not a judgment call, but you do have to make a sacrifice. You do have to decide what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to live with, what you're not willing to live with. So it is bittersweet. It's like, this dude is having a fight with his friends. You want to be a stickler for being right, or do you care about your relationships with your friends? Choose. It's, 1750 and lie. No, it's like 1600s, let's say. Maybe even earlier. You can see and you have heard that the village next to you is being burned to the ground, that raiders are coming through, and these raiders are pillaging and killing people on the spot. And your village is next. So you wait to the middle of the night when these raiders are sleeping, and you sneak into the forest and you find the raiders. You see their weapons. You see their 5 swords, right? You see their 5 swords. You say to yourself cleverly, I'm going to take their swords so they don't come and kill us, so they can't have anything to raid us with. So as you go over to lift one of the swords, you realize, guess what? It weighs 50 pounds. You're like, shit, I can't carry all of these. How many can I take? You say maybe 3. So now you start deciding which 3. Then you start deciding, you look at those people. Who's the biggest? Who's the strongest? Who's the meanest? Who's the sociopath? Let me take their swords. And you take those away. What's it worth? You have to decide. And you know that with those 2 swords, they're going to come into your village and do some damage. But then, I don't know, maybe you decide that you guys can overcome their 2 swords, or you run. It's a choice. It's a decision. I know it's a mental jungle up there in your head trying to make that decision. But you need to get curious. Start asking the right questions. There's a situation here where, unfortunately, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm not saying it to be nasty, but I'm saying if you don't lean into this energy about making that choice, it's going to get harder for you, Pisces. And I don't want it to be. But the funny thing is, the second you start getting curious, you do start making choices and decisions. That's when your blocks, obstacles melt away. They fall away. Guess what then happens to you, Pisces? You get back in you get back on your horse, and now you're focused and you're overcoming your obstacles. Because you know what? You realize while you were calculating those 5 of swords, you're actually smart. You're actually clever. You can go back to the village and plan. And that's it. You overcome these battles. Because I see the chariot right behind it anyway. And then I see strength, having the strength to persevere. To walk away from what no longer serves or suits you. Interesting. November is a massive pivotal month for everybody. Everybody. This full moon, the 5th, the 6th, even the 7th and the 8th, feeling the shadow effects. You're going to say goodbye to your old lives. And I see the transition right here. Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. Three of Wands and the Page of Swords. And the Ten of Cups. You're definitely doing some homework. You're definitely stalking out a situation or a person, right? And as you're waiting for your ships to come in, you're trying to get more info, which I suspect is the right thing to do. But I think that you might have broke up with this person expecting them to come back to you. So now you're keeping tabs. Or some of you are just chucking a person and making way for another. Because I see the Ten of Cups back here. I like this. Oh, I love this. What is the Emperor and the Queen of Swords? Please clarify. Can be vice versa. Maybe they broke up with you because they wanted you to make a choice. That's too many. Marriage. Burden, letting it go. Life lesson, learning. Rushing in to say something. Universe did all this. This Emperor person that you've been dealing with, that you're trying to rationalize in your head, the universe said your life was stagnating, Pisces. We had to do some crazy shit. So we had this person run into and talk to you because they have diarrhea of the fucking mouth. And, you know, it's like somebody here who didn't want to give up on the marriage and the commitment. Say, oh my God, wait. But this is a peak. This is a plateau. It has stagnated. You know this. This is why you're thinking. This is just mirroring what you already know, Pisces. I will keep all of those. At the bottom of the deck, lo and fucking behold, the Five of Swords. The story about the village. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to live with or not? Well, you start considering all of that by realizing you're an Empress. What is the Empress, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Wands? Please clarify here for Pisces. Queen of Swords again and Six of Pentacles. You start thinking to yourself, well, let me think about all the breadcrumbs I got and all the things that I did not get. So maybe no to this marriage. So maybe no to this commitment. Maybe no to something traditional. You know what? Maybe yes to my future. Maybe yes, let me see what else is out there. Maybe yes, I'm going to move on because I like to feel passion. I love to feel emotion. I love to feel like I'm being loved and respected as I would do unto them. What is the Three of Swords? Please clarify. Well, for you to, overcome all these obstacles, start taking the spikes out of your heart. Start healing. And each spike, this, Pisces, represents a person, a situation, a thing. You know this. Lovers is one of them. Despite your odds, do you choose each other? Because, it's not forthcoming. The message. The Page of Cups in reverse. The apology, it's not forthcoming. The text message, it's not coming. The email, it's not coming. Somebody here is fucking way too immature. It's not coming. And that represents one of the spikes in your heart. The other was like, this lover didn't choose me. We ended up being single. Did I do this all for nothing? Why am I hearing that from you guys? Did I do this all for nothing? What is the outcome over here with the Five of Swords? I think you start getting curious now once you make that decision. You're like, well, fuck it. What if I left all the swords? And the village? It'd be a bloodbath, but no, I'm just kidding. No, you start thinking something else. You start getting curious on another way. What is the Five of Swords and the Page of Wands? What the hell are they doing, Spirit? Whoa! You're going to bust out your best self is what you're going to do, Pisces. You're going to be the high priestess, Pisces. You're not going to say anything. You're going to use your intuition, as you should, to guide, serve, and protect you. But moreover, you're not going to say anything. Because what's there to say, Pisces? You said all there is to say. You laid it all out there. It is not your turn to talk. It is not your turn to lay it out for them. So now you get curious to see what they do when you zip it. When you zip the lip. Well, Mr. Don Juan over here is coming in. But I suspect that'll be in the third week of November. Let's see what we're going to talk about in the extended. For the subscribers and the members. Those of you who don't know, it is about love. It is what your other person is thinking, doing, or plans on doing. And then we deep dive on Oracle to see what other messages Spirit wants to give you that I did not. Pisces, please. Yes, friends. Romantic feelings. A lot of you met somebody new. This is you moving on. This is you moving forward. This is you leaving all of this behind you. And, now concentrating on this new person or allowing yourself to have romantic feelings for somebody new. We'll see when I clarify this. Let's keep it here. Guys, I want to read from Spiritual as Fuck. I'm sorry for the cursing. It is what it is. They're in the deck. Pisces, please. I just think sometimes they're full-blown accurate. Pisces, please. As advice. Yep, one came out. I'm good. I'm happy. Let's see. Maybe you literally can even. Think you can't even? Slow your eye roll. Step back and give it another think. Guess what? Chances are you probably can, even with a way better attitude and some love in your heart. Today, if you catch yourself feeling like a basic bitching out on someone, take a deep breath, call on all your hood rat angels, and remember that you and all beings are tiny specks of the divine, and surprise yourself with how you literally just evened. You can do anything, Pisces, anything. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. Everyone else, I shall see you over to the extended.